grand prizes to be won. The more you chat, watch, share, and dance to your favorite digital apps, the more chances you have to win thousands of Shade to Win prizes, including laptops, tablets, smartphones, cash, data, and credit. Enter to win the grand prize of $5,000 US, a trip for two, or a Samsung Galaxy S21. We are all winners with guaranteed win days. Play along. Buy a Prime bundle in My Digicel to stream and win today with Digicel this Christmas.
Diana, join me on the Glenn Lal Show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast at 11 a.m. The Glenn Lal Show only on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to your nightly newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio. Kevin Smith here. Without further ado, let's get to the news in detail. Former head of Transparency International Guyana Inc., Dr. Troy Thomas, is perturbed by the way in which Guyana's oil industry is being handled, noting that instead of there being earnest efforts towards the protection of the nation's patrimony, the citizenry is witnessing a petroleum hustle. According to Dr. Thomas, we wanted some fast cash and we were willing to give away the wealth of future generations in order to get that fast cash. He alluded that the policy leaders of the day would want to ensure they maximize the value that is returned to Guyanese and that they would follow the law. Additionally, the former TIGI head said he is bothered by the way the oil sector and the ExxonMobil Guyana Stabroek Block PSA have been handled. Dr. Thomas also expressed dismay about the fact there are some citizens who believe that you want to stop the progress if you raise objections to what is taking place. But Thomas posed the question, what progress? In other news, the fledgling civil society watchdog group, Article 13, has renewed its call for the government and the opposition to restore and strengthen the guardrails and the institutional framework designed to prevent corruption. The group, in a recent statement on the occasion of International Anti-Corruption Day 2021, observed last Thursday, iterated its grave consequences of the absent anti-corruption mechanisms. In the statement, the group said it noted and agrees with the assertion of U.S. Ambassador Sarah Ann Lynch, who in a statement last week pointed to the importance of institutions in the fight against corruption. In this regard, the group referenced several of the mechanisms and institutions with anti-corruption functions such as Office of the Auditor General and the Procurement Commission and the Procurement Commission Tribunal, all provided for by the Constitution. The group also referenced the Anti-Money Laundering Act, the Integrity Commission Act, the Public Accounts Committee, and the Committee of Supply. The organization noted that while it is satisfied that the country has enough constitutional and statutory mechanisms on record, many of the instruments are either not working or not operating independently. In other news, veteran trade unionist Lincoln Lewis said the government's intention to scrap a 22-member committee to oversee the Natural Resources Fund will open the door for more corruption. It was Vice President Bharat Jagdeo who announced last week, saying it is almost impossible to operationalize and there are measures that don't lend themselves to people understanding how it works. He added that the government will therefore make 4 major sets of changes to the NRF legislation, with the first being the removal of the Oversight Committee. Lewis criticized the administration for uprooting the part in the law that seeks to ensure accountability through the oversight of the management and utilization of withdrawals from the fund. He said that Guyanese must resist Jagdeo's underhand effort to control the nation's wealth through the removal of the committee. In this regard, the trade unionist posited that the PPPC government is seeking to develop laws which will serve to weaken and dismantle the oil and gas structure, including undermining whatever revenue could be accrued to the people. And in Nolisteli, prominent Guyanese geotechnical engineer Charles Siris said the police are correct in charging former Finance Minister Winston Jordan for the role he played in the gifting of valuable state assets on the Demerara River waterfront to BK International. Jordan was 2 weeks ago arrested and later released on a series of allegations of vesting of state lands in 2020 in relation to Kingston waterfront properties and other transactions. According to the police, the first transaction that he was interviewed about is in relation to the alleged sale and vesting of the state's largest wharf facilities located at Kingston, Georgetown, valued approximately $40 million, but was reportedly sold for $500,000. It is alleged that the purchaser, BK Marines Limited, only paid $100,000, which is 10% of the purchase price, and Jordan issued a vesting order passing title to the purchaser without the payment of any further sums of monies. And to wrap things up this evening, let's tell you that a group of environmentalists has written to the EPA requesting that it discloses the list of other qualified consultants from which the Environmental Resources Management, or ERM, was selected to conduct environmental impact assessments when the shortlisting was done. The experts questioned the independence of ESSO's consultant, ERM, which records that should be since records show ESSO has only ever selected the ERM from a list of consultants to conduct all its environmental impact assessments and management plans to date. The group noted that to shortlist a consultant from a list of others qualified is prescribed in the Environmental Protection Act. The experts questioned how ERM could have possibly conducted a credible assessment according to statutory provisions of the Environmental Protection Act within 1 month of the issuance of the final terms and scope for the study. And with that, we've come to the end of this evening's newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.
Fellow Guyanese, after the newscast at 12 noon every day, I am dedicating some clips with extremely important information pertaining to Guyana's future. Please, I beg you, take some time and listen to them. It is for your interest and future generations. This is a message from Glenn Lal saying thanks for listening to the Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Guyana, we are returning to slavery.